Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Julianne, and I talk about nutrition, self-image, wellness, fitness, all of that good stuff. And if you're here, be sure to subscribe so you can get notified of any new videos I'm going to be posting. The topic of today's how to change your nutrition coding. What are you talking, Julianne? Yes, exactly. How your relationship with food is coded by you, so you can actually change this. And I know this is going to be a difficult topic for a group of people who are healing their relationship with food. So if you feel like you are in this stage, skip this video. Maybe watch it later in a time where you feel that you have a good relationship with food. When you reach the level of neutrality, I guess that's just time to consider other concepts and learn this, because I know it's going to be helpful, but I just want people to feel like this is a video for everyone, because it isn't. But let's get started, because this is one of my favorite topics. So let's go back, and you know that I do talk about self-image. You know that I do talk about how you can change your relationship with food and your body. So let's get started and go a little bit more in depth in regards to food, because it's such a great topic. I think it involves a lot of different aspects, like our culture, your childhood, your memories, your self-image. So there's a lot of information that you have acquired in your life in regards to food and how you perceive food, and all the stories that we make up. But anyways, there's a way to change your relationship with food. And today I'm going to teach you how to change your nutrition coding. For women, a lot of the time we feel that we crave certain foods. And again, this is all goes back to maybe nutrition deficiency, or maybe you're in a period, or also you kind of have this connection, this emotional attachment, right, with some foods, because it reminds you of a situation, of a family member. I cannot think about coffee without reminding myself of my grandpa, because it was such a great childhood experience. I didn't drink coffee at that time, but I do remember the smell of coffee and going to my grandma's house, and it was like the odd thing to do, and I would try out coffee with him. Such an incredible thing. So I don't want you to feel like every memory about food so I don't feel like every memory about food is terrible. It's actually something that we can always nurture in ourselves and feel, because we're here to change our relationship with food. I promise that was not going to be long in my introduction, and it was, so forgive me for that. But this is your old coding, right? Think it as a programmer. We're going to program you to change that. So this is your old coding. Maybe you like some things that maybe you're overdoing, maybe some wine. I'm not saying you have to get rid of wine, but maybe you want some balance. Maybe there's some days of the week that I could just wait for the weekend. Maybe you like fried foods, right? We all know this is bad. Any sugary drinks. This is, if there's anything that is bad, I guess this is the worst. I'm not going to be ashamed to say this is the worst. Sugary foods or drinks. If you want to give up on something, this is what you need to give up. And we know, I teach a lot about not putting labels in food, not putting bad or good, because this only not a good approach when you're trying to heal your relationship with food. But it can be helpful if you're trying to program yourself to see food from a different lens, right? And this is what everybody does when they achieve a fitness goal. Talk to your friends who are like the gym people, right? Talk to the athletes, right? Here's your old code, right? The reason why this program, right, the reason why this coding is active is because there's something running, right? The system is active, and what keeps this system active is your emotions, right? So think about that, because I had a situation in my life where I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. That's how I learned how to program myself, or my brain, or my perception about food, because I really need it. There was a time where I was having a really bad really a really difficult time. I was really trying to heal my gut, and there's certain foods that I could not eat, because it would be, it would just make me feel more inflamed. It would definitely be not very healthy for my gut. And I can share, it was coffee, which is the thing that I absolutely love. I think I talk about that in introduction, how much I love, and it was peanut butter. So these two things, and I'm not saying this is bad, this is good. This was not good for me at all. It would actually make me feel worse, and I had to really get rid of it. But I couldn't, because peanut butter was something that I loved, and coffee was something that I loved. So it's almost like, when you have that favorite food that you think about, I don't know, coffee is not food, but it's a drink. But I know that people who are drinking soda, they absolutely love it. It's almost like you can't think about removing it, because it's almost like a part of you, right? So coffee for me was really hard, because I was also a little bit addicted to the caffeine. I started to, remove the caffeine, and it was great. I could, get used to it, removing any caffeine. It was almost like my day was shit if I didn't have coffee, and it was almost like my day was shit if I didn't have my peanut butter pancake, whatever. It's so funny. So I started to reprogram my brain to not like peanut butter, which was really hard. But I did. And so this is possible for you. And again, this is not for you to say, well, I'm going to create a terrible relationship with food. This coaching food in a way that serves you at this particular time in your life. Okay. So just be mindful of that, because I don't want people complaining about, being anorexic. Okay. So, and the next thing, what you're gonna, so how can we change the system? So the system here that you have, it controls, right, how you see, how you taste, how you smell. The system here is alive and it's running all the time through your emotions, right? So, and you might be thinking, well, it has nothing to do with my emotions, Juliana, just crave them. But you can start changing it with building a new code, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. So maybe, so you have to start looking at these things as not part of you, right? Like you have to start looking at the foods that you want to remove, that you know that are not helpful for you. Kind of like in my example, I was not going to heal my gut if I didn't remove the peanut butter and the coffee. It might be easy to think, well, just remove the coffee or just stop buying the peanut butter. That's not how it works. Even though I was so committed to healing my gut. I was all in. I was reading every day. I decided I was not going to take any crazy medications because the medication that they gave me, it's like I was not going to do that. I was not going to be reliant in the medication. And again, I had to use the medication for 3 months because I was in a really bad condition. So I'm not saying don't use medication if you need it, but I got to a point where I was like, I'm depending on this to live, right? So it's not good. And essentially, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be out of it. I'm gonna heal myself. So I had the choice: it's either giving up on coffee, giving up on the peanut butter, and finding other things, right? But it was not that easy. It's beyond just like the taste. It's like you can't. You're gonna go even if you remove from your house. You're gonna go to the store and buy it. People don't understand how. This is why I understand this process of healing your relationship with food, because every time that I would say, okay, this week I'm giving up on coffee, I'm giving up on peanut butter, I'm not gonna eat it, I would find a way, an excuse, or a moment of, you know, a moment of like spontaneity, and I would buy it. Especially if I was at the store by myself, I was like, oh, I don't even know. Like, I'm just gonna eat just a tiny bit, and just a tiny bit was really already bad for me. What I did, I started to go to the store and look at the peanut butter, look at the coffee, the things that and there was other things, but these were the main ones. And I would look at the coffee and I would be like, it's okay. Next week I can buy it. Next week I can buy it. And I would feel better about myself. And I would, of course, encourage myself to try different things. I guess this is the occasional, things that people are going to suggest. But again, putting some variety, trying different things is great. Okay. But every time that you crave, you're going to find a way to regulate your nervous system. Okay. Your gut is your second brain, right? So I want you have to put yourself you have to leave that primal state and put your body in a state of receiving, in a state of calm, in a state of, just more awareness. So I think for me, that was very, very important. And I was already doing this for other reasons because of, my journey and my relationship in healing my gut. And I started to feel that these cravings didn't make sense. I was still craving it, but I had this awareness of like, oh, this is not necessary now. And I started having these moments of awareness where I was like, oh, interesting. This is not something that I'm craving right now, but I don't need to have it now. And I still have it in my house at the moment. And so it started to feel a little bit more in a way that I was like, oh, I actually have peanut butter in my house, but I'm not going to eat it today because I have other options, right? And this will depend a lot. If you, for example, if it's peanut butter, then you find, because peanut butter, that was the problem. That was, peanut butter is peanuts, it's very high in inflammation. So I couldn't eat because it would just trigger more inflammation in the lining of the gut, essentially. So, and I was looking for other things, and what I did, I found another option that was better. So, for example, almond butter was the healthier option. And today, to be honest, I really like almond butter. I did also visualizations before sleep. So every time that I would go to the store, I would look at the peanut butter or look at the thing that I was, not able to buy, because I would go to the store and I would visualize it, me at the store, and just saying, well, I used to like peanut butter and now it's so different. Like, it feels odd. It feels, like I don't like it. And today, that's what I feel about peanut butter. I do like it, but not all the time. It's kind of a weird thing. I think you're going to do, you're going to put yourself in that situation and go back and re-visualize all the time what happened, even if it didn't happen, even if you purchased it and you ate that day, visualize as if you had this sense of like, I don't even like peanut butter anymore. I'm not even that much of a drinker anymore. So this is what I mean when I talk about nutrition codings, because when you think about something that you love, you probably have some emotional attachment. Maybe it's like, I can't stop eating this. I love it so much. Or you have this childhood memory of someone in your family. So food is, most of the time, it's a lot of the emotional. It's the mental pictures that we save on our memories, but we're always revisualizing all the time. You're always thinking and feeling and seeing yourself as this poor person who is so addicted to this or so dependent on that meal. And I know we actually feel that way, right? Because you're sending that message to your body. So it's a real experience. But at the same time, you have the control. It takes time to get to the stage. It does take time, but once you get there, you're not even going to realize it. It's almost crazy because one day I just woke up and I was like, I don't even like peanut butter. And it takes a little bit of a time, but just be consistent. And you don't need to go over crazy. It's not like visualizing this dream scene. It's not about, it's not like a manifestation thing. It's really rewiring your brain to feel like you have the control, you have the option, and you kind of like different things. So about bringing variety, bringing different foods into your diet, of course, and maybe liking different things and seeing yourself from a different standpoint, from a different, it's a different perception essentially. If you want to learn more, much more like a summary, of course, I go in depth, in detail in my course, The Body Breakthrough. But if you start doing this today, you're actually going to start seeing results. I kid you not. Follow this process. Make sure that the mental images are clear, and be compassionate with yourself. You don't need to use this as a way to kind of like force yourself to like something or to hate something. It's a process that it's a perception shift. It's not demonizing food. It's not feeling like you, and it's not something to bring you even like a worse relationship. I don't want you guys doing this in a way that's gonna mess up your relationship with food. Be here to enjoy food. You're here for a great experience with yourself and with your body. And food is just a blessing, right? So the more you create these mental images, the better your relationship with food it will be, and a better digestion and a better experience of life, and overall a healthier body. Okay, guys, I guess this is all for today. I hope this is helpful. Again, if you want to learn more about healing your relationship with food, regulate your nervous system, achieve your fitness goals for good, join me in my program, my 6-week program, The Body Breakthrough, where I teach you all of that. We go in detail, and it's not just a quick fitness program, it's a real transformation, and I'm sure it's going to be life-changing. So hit me a DM on Instagram, or so you can follow me on Instagram. I have all the details how you can join the course, and I hope to see you soon. And stay tuned for more updates in my YouTube channel. I'm always going to be here posting. And of course, let me know if you have any suggestions for a video, and I hope to see you soon.